Yes. It's Steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
My yacht is your yacht.
This is your yacht?
That's right. I'm the owner. The captain. El Capitan.
That's right, it is Yacht Rock Wednesday. And on this day I like to do adult contemporary hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and they are normally of a Caucasian persuasion. Now, this particular artist that I'm going to do today is kind of new. The only time I've ever done them is in a mashup, but there is a reason why I was kind of avoiding them, and I'll get to that in a moment. So, who I'm going to do? That is Steely Dan, and the song is called Rikki, Don't Lose That Number from 1974. I would have been 5 years old when this song came out, and I heard it plenty. Now, we can fast forward a little bit because in the 80s and in the 90s, if you went to a bar, there are basically two albums that almost came preloaded on jukeboxes. One of them was Bob Marley's Legend. Everybody played that album back in the 80s and 90s. The other album was the very best of Steely Dan, and then into the 90s, early 90s, it changed to Citizen Steely Dan. I don't know why, that for some reason they kept leaving off Black Cow off of, their greatest hits albums, but they finally did it in those two particular instances. That and Dirty Work. So I had heard plenty of Steely Dan. So here it is, 2000. And I'm young. 2000, I would have been like 30 years old. And I'm watching the Grammys, and you got people like Eminem and Beck and things like that. Let me kind of read this story, and then you'll know what it is. So, and I'm going to move over here because I think I clipped it so you can read it along. So, at the 2001 Grammys, Steely Dan had an album called Two Against Nature, which earned Steely Dan wins in the category of Album of the Year, Best Pop Vocal Album, Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical, and Best Pop Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocals. So, for these awards, the band was in competition with younger, more popular recordings such as NSYNC, Britney Spears, Radiohead, Beck, and Eminem. So, it says Steely Dan's success at the Grammys represented a revenge of the baby boomers and contributed to the resentment among younger listeners towards the band. The slight of the two smug jazz rock nerds collecting their Grammys from Stevie Wonder as Radiohead and Beck went home nearly empty-handed helps explain why so many Gen Xers, me, and old millennials grew up loathing both Steely Dan and the Grammys in equal measures. Needless to say, Steely Dan's elliptical character studies set to yacht rock sleaze didn't speak to a disaffected American youth the way, say, Marshall Mathers LP did. And that is correct. When I saw the Grammys and I kept hearing Steely Dan winning for these characters, I was like, Steely Dan, when's the last time they put out an album? And I never listened to no radio station that was playing current Steely Dan. So I was like, what the hell is this? And then it came up Album of the Year, and they were up against Eminem and all these other young people. And then all of a sudden it said, an Album of the Year goes to Steely Dan. And everybody that I knew went, like, what the heck is this? you know, and we were really pissed off. So that was kind of like the reason. It was like from that time on, you know, if Steely Dan was on the radio, yeah, that's okay. But I really wasn't searching out Steely Dan because, you know, I was kind of pissed off. So let's go back to Rikki, Don't Lose That Number. So let's take a look at what this song did on the charts and Balamo. It went to number 30 in Australia, number 3 on the Canada Top Singles, number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 15 on the Adult Contemporary, and number 3 on the US Cashbox. So they did get, you know, hits, and again, they are almost considered yacht rock, which is appropriate for today, but you know, they're almost on the DL, you know, kind of thing. So I do like Steely Dan, and I respect them, and they have great engineering in the studio. So I after 23 years can let it go. I hold a grudge for a long time, but I can let it go. If you like videos like this and others on my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least 10 videos each and every week. And if you've heard this song, if you have the same experience as I did at the 2000 Grammys, or if this is your first song, please don't forget to leave a comment down below. I love to hear your comments, and I do respond to them, whether it at least be a thumbs up, or if you have an engaging comment, I will engage you back. So, without any further ado, here is Steely Dan and Rikki, Don't Lose That Number.
Hey, sweetheart. Break yourself! Give me your goddamn number! Come on! Hurry up! Come on! Cool. We hear you're leaving, that's okay. I thought our little wild time had just begun. I guess you kinda scared yourself, you turn and run. But if you have a change of heart, Rikki, don't lose that number. You don't wanna call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. Number, it's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. I have a friend in town, he's heard your name. Go out driving on slow hand road. We could stay inside and play games, I don't know. And you could have a change of heart. Rikki, don't lose that number. You don't wanna call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. Rikki, don't lose that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better. number. It's the only one you own. You might use it if you feel better. When you get home, Rikki, don't lose that number. Rikki, don't lose that number. Rikki, don't lose that number.
Okay, so that was Rikki, Don't Lose That Number. And as you can see that, Steely Dan has a lot of different styles all in one to make up, one particular song, and it sounds really good, and it's really memorable, and it's really catchy. They must say the chorus about 4 or 5 times throughout the song, so even a 5-year-old me knows Rikki, Don't Lose That Number. So it is what it is. So if you are still here, I know this is a long video, but if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.